Yo, what up, y'all? Good morning, y'all. It's BX Juice. You already know I'm not a blood or a crip, but none of that shit. I pop off regardless. I'm a Bronx kid. You heard? Welcome to Record of Real Shit Music TV. I'm your host, BX Juice. You heard? Real quick, man. I hope y'all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And listening and all that. I'm about to get back to the music real soon too. I ain't forget about that. That's the channel. The channel is really the music. You heard? But I'm telling my stories too and doing and talking too. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You heard? Um, yo, today I want to talk about hip hop. You heard? And what hip hop means to me. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, and I mean, I ain't trying to make shit complicated and all that, and be talking about this and talking about that. And I know this and I know that. I know music more than I know anything. I know the music. You heard? More than I know anything. So, you know what I mean? I'm not too good with albums and shit like that. Knowing people albums and the names of albums and shit like that. I ain't good with all that stuff right there. People names I'm good with. I'm kind of good with people the artist names and stuff like that. No, I'm good with that. Um, I know y'all like, damn, this nigga always wearing that hat. I love my fuck you hat, man. You know what I mean? I love my fuck you hat. This is a dope hat. I love it. I see the two middle fingers up. You heard? I love this hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna be wearing it a lot too. Do what I want. You heard? It's my hat. But anyway, yeah, man. Hip hop, man. I love music. I love all forms of music. Ever since I can remember, since I was little, you know what I'm saying, coming up, my sister Essie play a lot of music, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, Millie Vanilli, Lisa, all that stuff I remember hearing in the household and stuff like that. And when Essie got the car and shit, the Hyundai that time, you know what I'm saying? I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And, she riding and stuff like that and picking us up and taking us with her and stuff like that, playing these songs and all that. I wonder if I take you home and all this stuff like that. So I love music ever since then, you know what I'm saying? Raw bass here and all that. Biz Markie, Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying? KRS-One, of course, you know what I mean? Nice and smooth, you know what I'm saying? Das Effects, you know what I'm saying? Grand Poop and all of them. Lords of the Underground, you know what I'm saying? Um, I'm not too good with the old rappers like that's before my time, but I know some of them, Grandmaster Cash and all of them, and Furious Five and stuff like that. All those people I know about. Kid and Play, of course, I can't forget them. That's around my time too. The Kid and Play and stuff like that. Of course, Run DMC, LL Cool J. These names that gotta be mentioned. You know what I'm saying? I already, and for me, like I said, I'm good with names and stuff like that. Albums and stuff like that, I ain't too good with. Of course, you got to mention Michael, Whitney, and all these people, Luther, and all these people, a lot of people. Joe Levert, all these people. Fugees, I could go on and on. Tina Turner, yeah, come on. Sheer Lights, all these people. There's a lot of people. Music is music. I can sit here and name a lot of people. I know names. I'm good with that. But I'm not too good with, I'm not too good with I'm not too good with albums and album covers and stuff like that. I don't really know too many album covers and stuff like that or name people's albums. You know what I'm saying? I can name certain things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of names I can name, but not too many albums. Some albums I know the name of, but a lot of them I don't. So I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, since I can remember, I love music, man. You know what I mean? I love music. Once I started being able to understand it, listen to it, you know what I'm saying, and hearing it, I fell in love with music, period. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Um, moving into my era of things, you know what I'm saying? Like getting into, when I'm getting into like when I really started like understanding music and like picking up and listening and understanding words and listen, before all this new stuff we got when we just had to listen to the radio and tape this, had to tape this shit and all that. Shit came on the radio once in a while. You got to catch your songs if you want to hear, unless they hot. They play them all the time, and they started that. But I want to move it to like my era of things in hip hop. Um, I'm gonna start with like for me, people like Onyx, where it really probably started for me. Onyx is like probably where it really started for me to like really start knowing songs, slam and all that shit, or shifty. And you know what I'm saying? Those songs, Onyx probably I really started because I was still living in Queens. You know what I'm saying? And like all the old school stuff that I was listening to, I was in the Bronx. Like I said, y'all listen to my stories and shit, so y'all know that I'm born in the Bronx, Bronx native. Period. You know what I'm saying? And like, I left because I was in foster care and all that, and I went to Queens with my other family members. So that's why I left the Bronx and stuff like that. But before I left the Bronx, that's the raw bass and all that stuff, the old school stuff, raw RAW and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It takes two and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? No half stepping and all that. Smooth operator and all that. You know what I'm saying? I heard that stuff when I was a kid and I was listening to. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, moving into my era of things when I started learning music like that, knowing it and able to recite them, I think I got to start with Onyx. You know what I'm saying? Well, mm, before Onyx, I'm gonna say like Chris Cross, because Chris Cross is before Onyx. So, you know what I'm saying? I was a kid listening to Chris Cross. I remember Onyx and them, I ain't started listening till I was like 12 years old. So I know Chris Cross is first. So, like, since Chris Cross, Jump, and I Missed the Bus, Warm It Up, Chris, and all that stuff, that's when I started learning songs and be able to say and recite songs, starting with Chris Cross. Then it moved on to like Onyx and stuff like that, and maybe a little bit of people in between. DOS Effects, I learned some of that. Bump stickity, bump stickity, bump. I learned some of that. You know what I mean? A lot of that. So Special Ed. So you know what I'm saying? I did learn other songs. I got it made and shit like that. So I'm not gonna say, there's plenty of songs that I was reciting a little bit before Onyx, but Onyx is like the main thing. The main once I really started listening to, I was living in Queens going to 72. You know what I'm saying? And that's like I said, all that stuff was out. Slam and all that came out, and that was hitting. That was at the top, and I was listening to all that. So you know, they had Onyx and them niggas had it locked. You know what I'm saying? Had the movie Strap. You know what I mean? So back the fuck up and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it probably started with Onyx and them for me, and then go on after that. You know what I'm saying? Got of course the Wu came. You know what I'm saying? The Wu came, of course. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's my era thing. Now we talking. You know what I'm saying? About now we talking. That's my era of music, and I was getting into it. That's when I started getting into it. You heard? Wu Tang came out. You know what I'm saying? Old Dirty Bastard. You know what I'm saying? Raekwon, Expected Death, You God, Ghostface Killer, The Method Man. You know what I'm saying? Grave Diggers, all that. RZA, Jizza. You know what I'm saying? Shaheem. You know what I'm saying? All that, man. Like, come on, man. Now we talking. Now we talking. You know what I'm saying? When I start talking about music like that, hip hop like that, that's my era of music and shit like that. I started learning rapping and you know, listening to Incarcerated Scarfaces, Wu Gambinos, and all that shit. Method Man, Bring the Pain. You know what I'm saying? Um, all that, all that. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. What was hard? Triumph. You know what I'm saying? Old Dirty Bastards, Brooklyn Zoo, The Stomp. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Shit like that, B. You know what I'm saying? But for hip hop, all hip hop is for me. All hip hop, you know what I'm saying? All hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Nice and smooth. I fuck with nice and smooth. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, y'all. Bugs all on my shit. Yeah, but you know what I mean? All that. You know what I'm saying? Got into Method Man and you know what I'm saying? Cream, Can It Be, Shimmy Shimmy Y'all, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, my nigga. That's the real, that's hip hop for real. You know what I'm saying? For real. Of course, you know, you Jay-Z and all that, and then we moved on to Big, you know what I'm saying? Pop, you know what I'm saying? Hit 'em up and all that, All Eyes on Me, you know what I'm saying? Live and Die in LA, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Can't forget Meth and Red, when that collab is crazy, How High, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, you know what I'm saying? All the Biggie shit, you know what I'm saying? Ready to Die, Everyday Struggle, you know what I'm saying? One More Chance, Hypnotize, Give Me the Loot. I could go on and on with Big. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? KRS, I know he, you know, that's the Bronx leader. I know that. But at the end of the day, you know, I wasn't really up on KRS. But of course, the you know, Bridge is Over in the South Bronx. Of course, you know, those songs I recognize. You know what I'm saying? I know. So, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop, man. I love hip hop, yo. You know what I'm saying? You want to battle me? I do my own music too and all that. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Um, Niggas, that's why I got my channel raised basically too. You know, I'm doing regular real shit music TV is to let everybody know that I see how much songs and stuff. If y'all following me and y'all tuning in, my first videos to start this channel is music TV. It's about the music for me. That's first of all. I do my talking and all that stuff like I do, right? Because I'm giving my stories, but it's for the music. I'm getting right back to the music. I got other things too that I'm gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's all about hip hop for me. You know what I'm saying? Me really spitting the music and knowing the music and memorizing all that stuff and knowing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of time I'm on. You know what I mean? So I'm hip hop for real in that manner. Asking me questions and all that shit. Yeah, I probably know a lot of. I know a lot of. I might know a lot of things when it comes down to the music. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got to talk about how much music I know and I can recite. Y'all see what I'm doing already. So I don't really got to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, each one of my joints that I put up, you got to tune in and stay tuned in. When I first started, I gave niggas 3 hours. Two videos is 3 hours straight. Both of them. With different music. And if you can't sit down, and that's why I tell you about it, the channels for, you know, for you when you ain't doing nothing. Cause you know when you sit down and you ain't doing nothing, you chilling, then you wanna and you see what I'm doing, and you know I'm playing some dope shit. So in order for you to keep being like, damn, he playing some shit. Damn, I ain't hear that shit in a while. You gotta keep listening, cause it gets better. And every last one of them got different music on them. So it's hip hop for real. I'm hip hop for real when it comes down into that sense. You see what I'm saying? Nobody could really fuck with me when it comes down to knowing the music like that and reciting this. You better know a lot of music. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about girl shit, everything. I don't play music is period. You better know a lot of verses, whole songs, and all that shit if you wanna. I'm hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Get into all that, man. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas like Helter Skelter. You know what I'm saying? Rocking all them niggas. You got them niggas. You got niggas like. First of all, of course, they the whole boot camp clip. So that's the whole shit. You know, you got Smith and Wesson, my niggas Tech and Steel. You see what I'm saying? Them niggas, they shit with them and Mary J gonna ever be for hot. It's gonna forever be hot. Them and Mary J, just that right there. This is how we do. Yo, this is how we do. Every day, all day, man. Yo, this is how we do. This is how we do. Smith and Wesson don't play. This is how we do. Yo, this is how we do when we get down with Mary J. Yo, this is how we do. Yo, click, click, click. And good night, good night. Yo, I shine, you shine, shine. Yo, I shine, you shine, shine. I shine, and you shine, shine. Yo, I shine, and you shine, shine. Yo, I shine, and you shine. In this day and time, we maintain the same frame of mind. The elevation, spark it up, yo. Start the circulation, 360 degrees in rotation. Simulation, at the herb, that's my physical creation. Slip into a hallucination situation. Got me thinking about my life seriously. Keep it real, continue it before I slip into blackness. I prepare for combat. Protect my dome, cause that's where my home's at. Cracks them in. You know what I'm saying? Come on, son. I'm hip hop for real. Tech and steel. Can't forget my niggas, Buckshot Shorty and them niggas. Black Moon. Yeah. Original heads. Doing it like this. Yeah. I woke up in the morning, hop in the train. I saw my man, he had a nail in his hand. Come on, son. You talking about real hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So, and that, that's just the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? Meth. I came to bring the pain, the hardcore from the brain. Let's go inside my astral brain. Find out my mental, based on instrumental record. Hey, so I can write my mental methods. I'm not the king, but niggas is decaf. I stick it for the cream. You check it, you're just how deep cause shit can get. You can see the fists and brothers is mad fit deceptive. And they cross color, clothes they crossed over. And I'm totally crossed out, then crisscross. Nigga, who the boss could get tossed to the side. And I'm the dark side of the force. Of course, it's the method. Man from the Wu-Tang clan, I'll be hectic. I'm coming for the headpiece protected. Fuck it. 2 tears in the buckets. Niggas want the ruckus. Fucking at me. Now bust it. Styles. I get buck wild. Method man on some shit. Pulling niggas with foul. Sick. Same crazy. Driving Miss Daisy. How the fuck am I? Now I got mine. The sways. Is it real, son? Is it really real, son? Let me know it's real, son. If it's really real. You know what I'm saying? Niggas fucking with meth. You know what I'm saying? So come on, can't forget about my nigga Keith Murray. You know what I'm saying? Most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. I get in here. The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. You know what I'm saying? Big man. Dun, dun, dun. Yo, I don't wanna live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I'm living every day like a hustle, another job, struggle, another day, another struggle. I know how it feels to wake up fucked up. Your pocket broke as hell, another rock to sell. Your people look like you like use it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, B. I could go on and on with this hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And verses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget about the fucking locks. You know what I'm saying? Come on, son. Come on, man. Wild out and all that shit. Recognize. You know what I'm saying? Styles P, when you get into that man right there, gangster and the gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Nobody believed that my knife talked to me. My knife talked to me. You know what I'm saying? Come on, son. Nobody believes. I know y'all remember that. Come on, man. I'm just saying, I'm just mentioning shit. It's hip hop. Can't forget about Mobb Deep. The Mob. Come on, Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Infamous Mob. MOBB. Come on, son. You know what I'm saying? Can't fucking forget about Mobb Deep, Prodigy and Havoc. You heard? The whole Queens. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip hop. I love hip hop. I love music, period. You know what I'm saying? The battling and all that is dope. I love battling. That's all to me. It's all the same shit to me. I mean, I understand things about acapellas and stuff like that, and no beat and this, that, and then the battles part where niggas battle. But to me, it's all the same shit to me. Battling to me is just doing it without a beat. That's all that shit is. And all right, you using words that's gonna, to beat your opponent, to downgrade your opponent, whatever the case may be. I understand, but to me, it's all the same shit. Hip hop, rap, music, all that shit to me, I don't classify. Now I know we supposed to, but I don't. It's all the same shit to me, man. I love it all. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to music, you know, Fugees, Lauryn Hill, Mary J, Faith Evans. When it comes down to music, Genuine, Avant, R. Kelly, Aaron Hall. We talking about, you know what I'm saying? What's this dude? Night and Day dude, man. Forgot the dude name. We talking about we talking about the new Jack Swing, Albie Shaw. You know what I'm saying? We talking about music and we talking about music. Jodeci. If we gonna talk about music, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff I haven't even played yet that I still want to play. You know what I'm saying? That I haven't even gotten into. I'm not trying. I'm doing a little verses here and there, but I ain't gonna give it all to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's for the when I do. When it's music time. So when you're talking about hip hop and you're talking about, okay, Big Pun, definitely, my nigga Big Pun, Nori for sure. Big Pun, I gotta give it up to my nigga Big Pun. Hold it down for the Bronx for real, when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, that music and all that. Luda, shoot that fucking hole. Dead in the middle with little did we know that be riddle. Some middlemen who didn't do diddly. Huh? Big Pun? What y'all talking about? Him and Nori came up. Alright, still not a player, but you still a hater. Just thug hater. Where my horns at? Where my horns? You know what I'm saying? Big Pun. Talking about Cuban Link. You know what I'm saying? Flowers for the dead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is dedicated to the ones who never made it. I hated the fact you faded away. You was the greatest, so I say the prayer, pay my respect and never forget you, cause you're special. I kept you with my heart, may God bless you. Rest in peace to my people who passed away. So best believe I'ma keep you alive always. So the day we meet again, face to face with a grin in hell and heaven, you're my twin to the end, and I'ma miss you. Know what I'm saying? Flowers for the dead. Shout out Cuban Link. You heard? You already know. The whole Bronx. You know what I'm saying? When we talking about DMX, you know what I'm saying? Come on, what did just born from a nigga? What did just born from a nigga? Through hell. Hey yo, dog, I meet bitches the street, slash Cocoa Puff sweet, bitches make you wanna eat. But not me. Y'all can see off the plate all you want, but not D. I with each from a distance. The instant they start to catch feelings, I start to steal and they shit, and I'm out just like a thief in the night. I sink my teeth in the bite. You thinking life, I'm thinking more life. It's up tonight. Come on, ma. No, I got a wife, and even though that she's tight, I ain't gonna jeopardize my life. So what is it you want from her? I gave you, you gave me. I blazed you, you blazed me. Nothing more, nothing less. But you at my door willing to confess that it's the best you ever tested. Better than all the rest. I'm like, all right, girlfriend, hold up. I gave you what you gave me, boo. Come on, son. You talking about X? Know what I'm saying? Talking about Ja, Murder Inc. You heard? Come on, man. Love hip hop, man. I love music, man. Know what I'm saying? That shit gets you through. You know what I'm saying? When I was upstate and I was up north, I think I was in Marcy. I was in Marcy, man. Niggas had the whole capital punishment help me down, son. Capital punishment helped me down, B. Know what I mean? Listen, I was rocking that like crazy. So come on, man. If y'all love hip hop like I love hip hop, then you know what I'm saying. I ain't got no real extravagant shit to say. I'm just giving you the way I feel, how I feel, and what I want to say about it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And this is just regular real shit right here. I ain't trying to be more than nothing or be more than I am or nothing. This is just or act like I know music like that. I know music that I know. You know what I'm saying? I know albums, the ones that I know, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? When we getting into Michael Jackson with Bad and all that, and um 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 remember the time, Black and White, Rockin' My World, pause, we getting into all that, you know what I'm saying? Heaven Can Wait, you know what I'm saying? Billie Jean, Thriller, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I love music, man. I love hip hop. I know everybody says it's a difference, but to me, it's no difference. Music, hip hop, all that shit is the same to me. Yo, we talk about Shaka Khan, and we talking about Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Toni Braxton, Monica, Brandy. We talking about Foxy Brown. We talking about Lil Kim. We talking about um. We talking about Next. We talking about We talking about everybody. Foxy Brown. You know what I'm saying? We talk about MC Light. We talk about Queen Latifah. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Salt and Pepper. You know what I mean? When we talk about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Guru. You know what I'm saying? We talking about DJ Premier. We talking about K Slade. We talking about Pete Rock and CL Smooth. You know what I'm saying? You know what we talking about when we talk about hip hop. We talking about Wayne, Lil Wayne, Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we talking about Rockefeller. We talking about State Prop, Beanie Siegel, and all of them. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We talking about everybody. We talking about Wyclef Prize. We talking about the Clips. We talking about the Dip, the whole Dip set, Cam and everybody. When we talk about hip hop, we talking about Cormega. We talking about Nas. We talking about everybody. The whole Queens. Actually, we talking about Stack Bundles. You know what I'm saying? When we talking about hip hop, we talking about the Lost Boys. Of course, we talking about 50 Cent and the whole G Unit. We talking about SPG, huh? Come on, man. When we talking about hip hop, we talking about hip hop. We talking about Heavy D, the Boys. You know what I'm saying? When we talking about hip hop, when you talk about hip hop, we talking about Outkast, huh? When we talk about hip hop, we talking about Outkast. We talking about Scarface. We talking about Jay Prince and all of them out there in Houston. We talking about hip hop. That's when we talking about hip hop. We talking about all of this. When we talking about hip hop, we talking about Smack, the whole DVD. When we talking about hip hop, we talking about Rex, Mook, Sean, Deluxe. We talking about Party Artie. We talking about Reed Dollars. You know what I'm saying? When we talking about hip hop, you know what I'm saying? We talking about Shotgun Suge. We talking about all of them. Sue Surf, of course, Tay Rock. We talking about when we talking about hip hop. This will everything. To me is everything. To me, I'm talking about all these people when I talk about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Big facts. You know what I mean? When we talking about hip hop, we talking about Snoop and them. We talking about Dr. Dre. We talking about Eminem. We talking about Royce the 5'9". We talking about everybody when we talk about hip hop. We talking about Spider Low. We talking about 40 Cal. We talking about Hell Rail. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Lord Tariq and Peter Guns. We talking about Hocus 4/5. You heard what I'm saying to you? We talking about Sai Castro. You heard? You know what I mean? When we talking about hip hop, that's what we talking about. We talking about the Iron Sheik. You know what I'm saying? When we talking about hip hop, you know what I mean? We talk about all my niggas. We talking about the whole Blackout Dice Game D. We talking about Icon Watson. We talking about J.U. Weiss. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Fuck niggas talk about my nigga Spaz. You heard? Elder. We be talking about hip hop, man. We talking about rock. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Travis Bentley. We talking about my nigga Clutch Banger. We be talking about hip hop. We talking about my nigga Mach. When we talking about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Jitto when we talking about hip hop. We talking about my nigga Rich Green, Nate Almighty when we talking about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Talking about everything when we talking about hip hop. We talking about Miss Hustle, Couture. We talking about Official. We talking about Jazz the Rapper. When we talking about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Hollow the Dawn. When we talking about hip hop. We talking about New Jersey Twerk. When we talk about hip hop. We talking about Charlie Clips. When we talk about hip hop, and when I'm talking about hip hop, I'm talking about everybody, everything, the whole thing, hip hop, everything. Singers, dancers, we talking about all that. I love hip hop, man. I am hip hop. You already know. It's BX Juice. I'm not a blood or a crip or none of that shit. I pop off regardless. I'm a Bronx kid, you heard? This one for hip hop. Shout out to the whole hip hop community. You heard? Shout out to the Chocolate Mary Poppins, my brother K-Son. You heard? Shout out to the whole Bronx, the whole NYC. You heard? Shout out to Connecticut. Y'all already know. Bow. BX Juice, you heard?